2, 3, 4.
Konnichiwa and Ohio watashi no kyo dai shimai. And thank you for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we continue discussing the game of life. Amidst the other games we love to watch and play, I'm one of your hosts, the Brazilian mountaineer and transition ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. With me also, after taking his first GMG sick day last week, the judge of the jury, the executioner of fake news and spoilers, Patrick Novosel.
Now I have a question.
Yep.
When you're in the bathroom and someone walks in, when is the right time to unzip your pants?
Is this a public bathroom or your bathroom in your house?
Bathroom, public bathroom.
Once you are standing in front of the urinal is the correct answer, I believe.
There's no, as you're walking up.
Typically, that's a little weird. Yeah,
it's a little risky, isn't it?
Zip on the way.
Yeah, so I've seen the zip while people walk up to the urinal, but today was a whole new level.
Oh, no.
I heard some guy clanging his belt as he walked in. And I'm like, this guy...
open the door to the bathroom?
This guy's
that
ready.
Same guy at work.
What's that?
Yeah, that's too...
That sounds to me like a guy with the issue of the floodgates being about to open.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that same guy at work. He looks like he's pulling himself into the bathroom by his belt as he's unloosening it.
Maybe he needs to stay away from the...
I've never seen this before. I've never heard of someone clanging their belt. I've heard the zip before, but never the belt. Just like, I mean, it didn't sound like it was just like about to unbuckle. It sounded like it was already unbuckled.
I think he needs to lay off the dairy.
On his way through the door. Like, this guy...
Did he go to the urinal or did he go to the stall?
Well, both urinals were already taken. He went to the stall, and he's going number one. So
wow, you're
he doesn't
paying
know
way
how
too much
to
attention to what
use
people
his
do in the
zipper.
bathroom, my friend.
So he got all ready just to walk all the way down to the stall. It's pretty
He's
sad.
clanging around in there.
You remember the random
Also-
guy stand behind you and wait for you to get done instead of
that's
going to
weird.
the stall?
Unless you're at like a ball game, never do that.
Hey, remember that time we were trying to intro the show?
Also with me, the volleyballing beast of the East who can make you laugh in 3 words or less, Ronnie Johantis.
I definitely don't wait behind people. I go into the stall too.
It's a good call, man. Good call. And also our final member of the GMG Quadfecta, the man with music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Coretta in his stomach, Marc Boucher.
That was the only way that makes sense for us to start a show with all 4 of us together for the first time in weeks.
I have another
Amen.
question.
Oh, he has another question.
So I got a Facebook like on a picture that I had 2 years ago.
Oh, nice.
When is it? When has the time passed before you're allowed to like a picture on social media?
6 months.
I mean,
I think it's
Unless-
a
no.
week.
Unless it's like an anniversary of
Nope.
something and you're sharing it. It was just like a random Tuesday I posted a picture and they liked it 2 years later.
I think if it puts it on the news feed, it's fair game. That's on Facebook.
I
You
don't
can't
know if
pay-
it's
have-
like 2 years ago, it wouldn't be on the news feed. People got to be snooping around.
Yeah, stalker.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
So you said a
don't know.
week?
I say 6 months.
6 months. This guy
6
blew
months. That's
past
a
it.
long time.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say a month. If it's based on stalking, if it's on the news feed, it doesn't matter. But I know that all it takes is one person to like it, and then it'll pop on a bunch of people's news feeds. Like, I think I'm trying to think if it was Natasha's or my birthday, but at some point someone commented on one of our photos, and it was May, and our birthdays are in March, and people were wishing either me or Natasha happy birthday in May.
Well, while we're at it,
2 months later.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Might as well get, I like that comment right there.
Merry Christmas
But I'm
from
not-
2018.
Is this
Yes.
the format
Hey,
of the
folks.
show? Because I have a question too.
It's not, but if it is your first time joining us, folks, this is not the format of the show. This is a different approach. but I think it's a way of celebrating the fact that we're finally all together again, because it has been over a month. Back in episode 45, randomness number 3 was the last time we were all together. So you know what? I'm welcoming these interruptions and times together. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
So what was your question?
A little offended that he called my question an interruption, first of all, but I will ask it anyways.
You'll get over it.
You're right.
Yes, you
I
will.
will get over it. Barely. Let me ask you this. Are you offended when you hold the door for somebody and they don't thank you? They just walk by silently without saying anything?
Oh yeah.
I take offense to this action.
I'm not so much offended by them not saying thank you as you holding the door for them and them, like, say it's a double door, them opening the other door.
Oh, I've done that move before. It's just like I'm already focused on that door, especially if it's a door you push. Like if you have to open it up, like pulling it, it's totally different. But if you're pushing it and you're already focused, it's a weird thing, especially when there's like other people coming out.
I mean, in the double door scenario, I feel like if they don't go through your door, then they owe you nothing.
Yeah.
But if they do go through your door silently, that's the scenario I'm talking about here. Just people just quietly going through, nothing.
I even like the like putting the arm out like they're about to touch the door so they can hold it open themselves. Some people just like blow through, no thank you. Those are the worst.
I feel like when those people do that, my favorite go-to move is I'm always like a little, like, I act a little bit surprised. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're welcome. Every time.
A little passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like I heard them say thank you even though I know they didn't.
I mean, I can't say I'm really offended, but I do find myself giving them, like, the look. Like,
Yeah.
anticipating
remember you.
there should be a thank you. And then I just keep
Glad I
staring
could
at
do
them.
that for you.
You're giving them that
The
look
rest of-
like your parents didn't do a good job raising you politely.
Maybe.
That one?
Yeah, that one. It doesn't offend me, but I will stare them down.
That's fair.
Folks, if it's not your first time joining us, well, you are not surprised by this little 10-minute discussion we've been having, or however long it's been. All right, after those very thoughtful and thought-provoking questions, we're going to jump right into What's New News, starting with Patrick. We missed you last week, brother. Catch us up on the past 2 weeks.
I miss you too.
Welcome back.
Yeah. This past week I was sick. I was sick twice. I was sick on Monday and Tuesday. And then I got a little bit better. And then Friday night rolled around and I felt sick again. It was one of those like allergy attack, colds, just nose just running. It was awful. But we had things to do on Friday night and Saturday night that I couldn't miss. So I'm out just like, I don't know if you guys ever done that before, just sick, but you have to go somewhere. You just feel miserable.
Yeah.
We went to this place called Stricker's Grove on Friday night, and it's like a small amusement park. It's like a fair kind of place, but it's stationary. They don't like travel. It's just they have like the fair kind of rides, like the Ferris wheel, small roller coasters, the teacups and things like that. So we did that on Friday night. The kids loved it. Clark is tall enough to do most of the rides there. I think there was only one ride he couldn't ride. It was one of those rides where it's like a circle, and everyone's like standing up on the outside of the circle, and it just goes in a rotation. And the centrifugal force just like keeps you in the place.
Ronnie loves that one. Ronnie loves that one.
Ever.
And if you puke, it like splatters in a circle around.
That's
it.
the Puco wheel. I believe they call that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I did not ride that. Claire rode it, but I was not about to get on that, especially since I wasn't feeling well. And then on Saturday night, we had our annual church picnic. And this picnic, it's like a big deal. It's everyone is invited. It's free. We had like 3 bounce houses. We had like a bounce obstacle course. They had a painting section. They had a Mentos, Diet Coke, geyser, food. It was a good time. But again, I was blowing my nose the entire time we were there. I was miserable. But Clark and Claire were having a great time, so I had to stick it out. Plus, Mel was the one of the directors for this, so she was gone most of the day setting up. So I had to take care of the kids, and taking care of kids when you're sick is just, again, miserable.
Yeah, totally.
Other than that, I played. I didn't play much Apex. That's all I've been playing is Apex. I didn't play much Apex during the week, but since I wasn't feeling well on Friday and Saturday night, I played a ton. I played solos, and right now there's like the Iron Crown event where for a limited time they allow you to play solos, which is 1 versus 59 instead of teams of 3, which was fun. It was just me against every other person, and one of the badges that you can get that you can show with your character is if you get a solo win with all 10 legends, and I saw that, and I'm like, yes, I am gonna go get that. It's kind of like a PlayStation trophy kind of thing where it doesn't really mean anything, but it's something to strive for.
I feel you, man.
Yeah. So I got a win the first time I played the first match, and then I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And over the weekend, I got it. I got all 10 legends.
Nice.
There was one match that I won where I did not kill a single person.
What?
It was so when it was like maybe like one of the last one or two circles, and it was me and 4 other guys, and I was just waiting. I was in the circle waiting them to come near me, and they were on the other side of this cliff, and I just hear a bunch of gunfights. And I see up at the top right, it goes from 5 players left to 4 players left to 3 players left, and then the circle starts to contract. And the only way to get to my side was this like very small opening through like a little waterfall, and they couldn't get over there in time. So I just sat on this house, and I won. They both died from the zone.
Wow.
And I got 0 kills, 0 damage, and that was my 10th win with the last legend that I got it. But I
counts.
I was on fire this weekend. I got 14 wins on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Good
It was
nice, man.
I felt like every other match I was winning. It was unbelievable. And then last night I played with Spencer Stapleton. Spencer has been working like 10, 12-hour days like the past 2 weeks, so he hasn't played Apex in the past couple weeks. And when he said he was going to get on, I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and get on together. Let's play a couple games. And our second game, we won. It was nice. I mean, like I felt like no matter who I was playing with, we were just going to win. It just felt like it was one of those streaks.
You are truly an Apex legend. Legend.
Yes.
Oh.
But having said that, so I got all the Iron Crown event challenges done. I think the Iron Crown event ends tonight, maybe? Is that right,
tomorrow.
Mark? Tomorrow. Okay. It ends tomorrow.
Ronnie, what's your vote? When do you think it is?
I think it's tomorrow, for sure.
No.
Good call.
It probably is. But I got that done. I got a level capped the season 2, so I've done all the challenges. I can't level up anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a week off from Apex, and also I'm taking a week off from games.
Whoa.
A gaming fast.
Yes. So I'm going to hang out with the wife, do puzzles, games, watch movies, go out, do random things. So yeah, because I played a ton of Apex the past like 6 weeks, I need a little detox, and I felt like I'm okay with that since with all the wins that I was getting this past weekend, it was kind of like that last push. So yeah.
Are you like? Have you been like walking through the parking lot or like hanging out at work and like trying to ping stuff in life when someone's like, hey, where's this file? And you're like, you look and you try to ping it.
No, I'm dreaming about Apex. I'm doing, like everything about it. My son started playing Apex tonight. He's like, can I play Apex? So I threw him in the training mode.
Nice.
Just so, because I'm not playing anymore. I'm not playing for a week. So the only way I can get in that is either to watch it or to let him play.
There you
Show
go.
him the ropes.
Is he still rocking it in Minecraft?
Oh yeah, he is building like towns. He's building waterfalls and pools. He's building like amusement parks. I don't know if I had mentioned it before, but he built like a few roller coasters. The last one that he had built was a log flume. So he made a track, filled it with water, and put like a little mine cart in there to look like it is actually a log flume ride.
Now, is he still controlling that in a very janky way, like you showed in the video on Twitter?
He still does. Yeah, I mean, I
hilarious.
think I don't know. For those who haven't seen it, he uses his left thumb to do the left thumbstick and his right thumb for the right thumbstick. However, his fingers aren't long enough to hit like the R2 buttons right now. So what he does is he takes his thumbs and he rotates it all the way and uses R2 and L2 with his thumbs instead of his index fingers. It is wild.
Whatever works, man.
Sometimes because using both thumbsticks at the same time is difficult for him to do, so he uses the left thumbstick to move forward, but then when he wants to move around and turn, he takes his left hand, goes all the way over to the right thumbstick to turn, and then brings his thumb back over to the left thumbstick.
Gosh. He's doing tank controls. You need to have him play Resident Evil 1, the original, or 2.
Yeah, he may be good at that.
But life.
It's just watching like someone who is like an able gamer using like a controller because maybe they're missing fingers or they are missing a hand or whatever, so they have to adapt to the controller. That's what it looks like when he's using it, because he doesn't have the big enough hands yet, even with the small controller that I bought for him.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it's cool. Yeah, but other than that, that's about it. That's all for me. That's all I got. That's all she wrote.
Nice.
Mark, how about you?
There you go. There it is. It's waiting for it. Pregnant pause.
Where's the handoff?
And
Where's
again.
the handoff? Well, I'm glad you asked, Patrick. So my week was pretty normal until probably about Friday. And then of course early Friday morning, I was at the hospital, probably about 6 a.m. Went to the hospital with my dad, because my dad had open heart surgery on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to prep him early. They had to shave him from the neck down, which he, like me, you wonder where I get it, he is a Frenchman like me. So he is
French werewolf, just like Marc.
So he is a very hairy individual, and now he is not. So yeah, they had to do all that for the surgery, because they don't want any hair getting in the way and causing bacterial infection and stuff like that.
Yeah. Did he lose like 15 pounds from that shaving?
Probably. Which he totally didn't need to do, because he's already lost like 40 pounds from being in the hospital.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, that felt a little weird to him. But in any case, so he went in for surgery prep at about, I want to say 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. And then it was my stepmom, my stepsister, my wife, and I basically just sat in the waiting room and just waited. We just hung out all day, just tried to support each other as the day was going on, just waiting on any sort of news. Finally, it was probably about, had to have been about 3:30, 4 o'clock, where they finally, were done with the procedure. It was about an 8-hour procedure, and then they brought him up to the ICU. And then they had to do some more like X-rays and stuff like that on him. And so by the time we talked to the heart doctor, he talked to us and let us know how the surgery went. It was probably about 5:30 or 6. And he said, yeah, he did very well. It was a really long surgery. It's probably the second hardest surgery he said he's ever had to do.
Wow.
Because apparently my dad's heart, if you look at the heart from the bottom, your heart is supposed to kind of be like a half circle on the back, and his is like a V. And so apparently that made things very difficult for him to get in and cut. And plus, so he did a triple bypass surgery, which they basically take, I believe, veins and arteries and stuff from your legs, and they basically put it up into the area around your heart to sort of create a bypass around those areas that are blocked. And so they had to do a triple bypass, and they also had to replace a valve in his heart. It's called the mitral valve. It's a very, very important piece of your heart, and he had some sort of infection, some sort of granulated infection hanging off one of the portions of the valve. So they had to replace it. And they replaced it with cow tissue, which is apparently common. It's either cow tissue or pig tissue they tend to use. In this case, they use cow tissue. So my dad is officially part cow. So I'm actually planning on, because it's his birthday on Wednesday, I'm probably not going to get it on his birthday because I kind of need to find out what size he is now, because nobody knows, because he's lost 40 pounds. So once I find that out, I'm going to buy this shirt for him, and it's basically like a heartbeat, like on an EKG. But there's like a little outline of a cow in the heartbeat.
Nice.
So I think he'll enjoy that. But I'm also going to get him Avengers Endgame because he has not seen it yet. So I'm going to get that for him. Yeah. So yeah, his birthday's on Wednesday, and unfortunately he'll be spending it in the hospital. But he's alive, and he's got a fixed up heart, which is
awesome.
Huge blessing.
Yep.
So the next day they actually had him up and walking around. So that's a huge deal.
Wow. Is that normal for them to get him up walking a day after a triple bypass?
They usually try to get him up as quickly as possible to get blood flow going.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's incredibly important. They basically shut off your blood flow. And so it's important to, kind of get that moving again, or at least not shut it off, but like thin it out. So yeah, they kind of have to get things moving around. But the biggest thing for him is pain management, because they kind of have to, crack your sternum, like your ribs and stuff open.
Yeah.
And things like that to get to the heart. So that's the biggest thing right now is pain, but he made it out all right. And I'm very thankful for that, for sure. So that basically took up the better part of the weekend, was spending that Friday there, and then Saturday afternoon, after my wife and I did some errands, I went over there and spent some time with him where I actually got to talk to him. So that was awesome, of course. And that's been pretty much my week is just kind of getting ready and focusing on my dad and his open heart surgery. On the gaming side of things, I, like Patrick, I didn't play a whole lot of Apex this week, just because most of the days this week I was just really tired and didn't end up getting on, except for Sunday, where I basically caught up big time, and caught up on a bunch of weeklies and my dailies and all that kind of stuff. And I actually got I think the closest I will ever get to getting a platinum on. Yep, on PS4. I was in the middle of a game, and all of a sudden, the one achievement popped where you had to get 5,000 damage with I think with 8 legends or something like that.
Oh yeah, you probably would have gotten that like years ago if you just played someone else than Wraith.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I guess with the weekly challenges, it pushes you to play other legends. So yeah.
Yep, so that definitely helped. And then I looked at I was like, so how many of these do I have? Oh, I'm at 100%.
Nice.
I'm done.
Look at you, very nice.
I got to play some of the single player, the solos mode. Honestly, I personally like squads better. I had fun with it with solos for sure, but I just think I like the idea of squads a lot better.
Now, do you think they are going to bring back solos?
Oh yeah, that's coming back. I have no doubt about that. And
now, do you think with it being a limited time solo for 2 weeks, do you think they're going to do another limited time event where they're going to introduce duos or quads?
Duos would be possible. I don't know about quads. I feel like the map might be too small for quads. Maybe not. Duos possibly, but I think they may fine tune some things on the end for solos and things like that. Based upon feedback and stuff like that, and then I think it'll become a permanent thing. Could be wrong. I have no idea. I'm not the developers, but I think they'll bring back solos. I think people have been clamoring for this game type for so long that I think it'll be a permanent mainstay. They just kind of wanted to test the waters and actually see how the way they implemented things, how it went. And I think that particular portion now, the Iron Crown event, not so much. I feel like they kind of misstepped with that. But the solo mode itself, I think, has been done very well. So I think they'll bring it back. But I actually cheated on Apex with another game this weekend.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Albeit briefly, very briefly. I guess it was a bit of a fling.
Time for confession.
No, so I actually jumped into the alpha, the 2v2 gunfight alpha for Modern Warfare. That was free on PS4 this weekend.
Okay.
So I just wanted to try it out. I enjoy Call of Duty games, and I was excited that they were rebooting Modern Warfare and kind of bringing a new take on it. And this gunfight mode is kind of a much more contained arena type style game mode, where it's 2v2. And there's a variety of... It's a close quarters arena. There's a variety of guns on the map, and you start with nothing. And you basically got to run and grab whatever gun you can find, and then you try to sneak around different areas and gun down the other two people on the team. And I think it's like best of 5, I believe. And the round ends when one team completely wipes out the other. So yeah, it's best of 5. It was fun. It showed me how long it's been since I've played a Call of Duty game and how much I suck at it. Because I was dying left and right. But I mean, it was still pretty enjoyable. I'd love to play the regular multiplayer version of it. Gunfight was pretty cool, but I don't know if it's something that I would, regularly gravitate to in a Call of Duty game. But I mean, it was fun and it was free, so I enjoyed it.
So do you get all the Call of Duties every year?
Past years I have. Let's see. The first one I think I got was Infinite Warfare. And then I think I got World War II and Black Ops 4, which I haven't touched Black Ops 4 ever since Apex came out.
Yep, same here.
So yeah, the past 3 or 4 Call of Duties I've picked up. I don't know if I'll pick up Modern Warfare. Maybe. I do have other games that I'm interested in, for sure. I'm into, of course, Borderlands 3 is coming out next month. I'm actually really excited. I've mentioned it here on the podcast before, again, called Control. It's made by Remedy.
Yeah.
That actually comes out tomorrow.
It got some good reviews.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good, was it a Metacritic score? And so I'm looking forward to it. There's actually people streaming it on Twitch now because people get advanced copies of the game.
All right,
so
pause the podcast. Let's go. Let's watch that.
I'm doing it right now.
Do it.
And it looks great.
It does, yeah.
So I'm excited to try it out. But speaking of Apex, just a friendly reminder for everybody listening, while I've got the mic here, that my birthday stream is on Thursday. And Patrick, dadgummit, what a horrible time for you to take an Apex fast.
Hey, I can still watch it. Remember, I can be in the chat and all that stuff.
But you're not playing.
The legend can give you pointers. You want to earn the win.
As
You
long
don't
as
want
I
to.
post this podcast and people listen to it prior to Thursday.
True. Gaming
If it's
the system
Thursday night and
literally.
you're listening to this, pause this. Go to the Good Morning Guys Twitch channel. .com.
Yep, exactly.
.com.
But yeah, so I am streaming on our Twitch channel for my birthday. It's a birthday party. You are invited. I will be streaming.
All right.
Yeah, I will be streaming Apex Legends on our Twitch channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Thursday, August 29th, that being my birthday. So y'all are welcome to join in, jump in the chat. Anybody who is a regular Apex player who is not taking an Apex fast, you are more than welcome to jump in on a squad. No, I'm just kidding, Pat. I respect you for that. No problem. Yeah, so anybody from the GMG or the MTGG community or anybody else can jump in on chat, say hello, hang out with us, because you're invited to my birthday party. So it is at twitch.tv/The Good Morning Guys. So hope to see you there. And that is it for me. Ronnie,
All right, I'm
how was
up.
your week?
My week was good. I think I really only had one thing of note out of the ordinary for the week, and is that I watched another movie.
Did you now?
Mm-hmm.
The Next Stop. Actually, I've watched. Let me think here. I watched 2 movies this week. 2 of the Marvel Universe movies. So I am moving along actually pretty well.
The MCU train continues.
Yes, it does. We watched Captain Marvel. It was the second time I saw that because I did go see it in the theaters. It is funny when you see a movie like the second time, you catch like so many other like little things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it just, I guess it kind of reminded me of the movie because I like my thought about the movie before I watched it. I was like, I've kind of already seen this one. I don't, I wouldn't care if I didn't watch it again. But now that I watched it again, I was like, oh yeah, that movie is actually pretty good. Like the comedy and stuff. It's like your classic like Marvel comedy. It was the little things in the movie that I noticed this time around that just made me really like it. The first thing is the music in the movie was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
So there's like so much like there's like No Doubt, that whole like 90s vibe, like all the music throughout the whole movie was awesome. And like the jokes and stuff, it's just your classic Marvel humor. Like Nick Fury in that movie is actually like some of the stuff he says is hilarious. Like like he is actually really cool, and it was like a cool like intro into Nick Fury and like where he actually came from. So
Yeah.
a couple things that I never like took into consideration until like rewatching it was I can't remember what the right hand man to Nick Fury is. That
Coulson?
Coulson.
Yeah. So I never took that into account that was the guy who was like basically like one of his partners like throughout that movie. It never really crossed my mind until that. So that was kind of cool. And besides that, we were, our cat. Now I've just been referring to her as the Flurkin like the whole time now.
Nice.
So Elizabeth had never seen the movie before, so like she keeps saying like she was laughing at the whole cat thing before she knew that the cat was actually like a Flurkin and actually like kind of dangerous. So I was like, just keep watching. So that was kind of cool. And then we went back and watched Iron Man 1.
Nice.
So obviously I've seen that a time before, but that is such a good movie, man. The first one, like when he creates the initial suit, like in the cave, comes out in it, just an awesome movie. And even the way the movie ends, like he goes up at a press conference, goes up on stage, and he's got all these flashcards about what to say, and he completely ignores all of them, and he's like, "I am Iron Man," and then everybody goes crazy, and the movie ends, which is really cool. So, but that's really all I did this week out of the ordinary. I didn't play in any tournaments or anything like that, but yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't.
Are you
I
feeling
didn't.
okay?
I played regular leagues and stuff that I normally play. Now I'm up to actually playing volleyball on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays.
Just to name a few.
Just to name a few, but I'm actually going to be dropping Sundays here soon. Sundays.
He's cutting back.
Before I started playing on Sundays, Sundays were the day where I would go over to my mom's every Sunday for dinner and just go kind of hang out with them. And I've really missed that lately over the past few sessions in volleyball. So I actually let my two teams that I play on Sundays, I let them know that I wasn't coming back next session. So here in about 3 or 4 weeks when the session's over, I'm done on Sundays. So I'm going to go back to the family dinner and stuff like that because I've really, honestly, just really missed that.
And your body needs some rest.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that too. No, I mean, being in my early 30s, I'm just going to go ahead and use every bit of ability that I have now because eventually it's all going to go away. So I'm good with that. I'm good with being sore all the time. Worth it. A lot of ibuprofen.
Buy stock in ibuprofen.
Yeah, buy stock in ibuprofen because I'm pretty sure I'm keeping them above water.
If you haven't used it, BioFreeze is also a good.
I do have a bottle of that
useful
roll-on BioFreeze
yes.
in my bag, actually. It
Yeah,
really
that stuff
does.
is nice.
It really does work great. If my shoulder's like bothering me a little bit, man, I just put that all over and you feel great. In like 10 minutes, you're like, oh, man, this is awesome. So, yeah, I do use that as well. I think a lot of people down there that play a lot, you open up their bag and it's like a small amateur pharmacy. So, yeah, but it's no, Sundays for me, they've always been like a family day, and I'm ready for it to go back to that for sure. But that's all for me, really, on the week. Lucas, what'd you do?
Cool. Well, I finished up my time in West Virginia. I spent about 6 days with my family. I was helping my folks do some decluttering in their house, and we were pretty successful, at least until we discovered lots of old pictures and lots of old home videos. And then, well, the work slowed down a little bit, as you might imagine. Stumbled across some old pictures, everything from a picture of mine from 3rd grade where I looked like the kid from Sixth Sense, and like almost an exact copy of, was it Haley Joel Osment? Is that his name?
Haley Joel Osment, yeah.
Close enough. Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment.
Thank you. I said Haley Joe. That's pretty close. Close enough. And then also found, and I posted this picture on the Discord, found a picture where I had my little train tracks on the shaved into the side of my head. And I did a comparison between my, I put, because I'm the exact, in that picture, I'm the exact same age as my daughter now. And I put a side-by-side picture, and it is uncanny how many features that my daughter has because of me. Like, there's like some head shape and some mouth and teeth. Like, even our teeth are exactly the same. Apparently, we lost our teeth in the same way. And we have this huge 2 front teeth, like, just shining out of our mouths, and just everything about it. It was kind of weird to see that, because she's dark-complected like my wife. has dark hair, and so most of the time most people think she gets her good looks from her mom, but I discovered that she gets a little bit from me, so I was glad about that. And then during this past week, I also participated in my church's vacation Bible school. I was the lesson giver, the speaker, as it were, and it was pretty fun. The kids all called me Pastor Ham, and just getting to hang out with them was pretty good time. And then after that, on Friday, I hung out with my best buddy Tom. He did a yard sale because he's also trying to declutter his house, and he unleashed a bunch of stuff for a yard sale. Of course, the first day it rained like the dickens, and it was like 60 degrees, which in August is kind of cool. And so while we were talking, we had both gotten to the yard sale with shorts and t-shirt, and probably after 15 minutes of sitting out there for the yard sale, we're like, we need some warmer clothes. So we started going through some of his yard sale items, and we discovered some pretty nice clothes. So I found like a West Virginia fleece, which I'm wearing right now, and found toboggan, scarf, and also some mountaineer gloves, some bright yellow cotton gloves. So I popped those babies on and got nice and warm. And then also during my time with Tom hanging out and talking, I broke his grandma's toilet, which was fun.
Good work.
Yeah, that was nice of me. Well, it all started when, of course, I had to go to the bathroom. And I went in and I just tested it, because sometimes you got to test a toilet. You don't know what kind of flush you're going to get, you know. You guys like to talk about bathrooms, so you should find this interesting. And so I flushed it, and you ever use those toilets where you flush it and it starts to go in a circle and take stuff down, and then all of a sudden it just stops and it doesn't do a complete emptying of the water? Anyone? Bueller?
Nope.
Never happened.
Really? Wow, you guys just have incredible toilets there in Cincinnati and Virginia. Good for you. So anyways, in West
Great
Virginia,
water
we
pressure.
sometimes have toilets that do not completely 100% flush for whatever reason, engineering issues. And I was like, hey, Tom, how much you want to bet that things will not work out very well for this toilet and me? Pretty much saying that, you know, it's not going
You
to completely
said that
flush.
before you went in there?
Yeah, I did.
Like,
I was
all right,
like, let's
before I
let's
go
take
in
a
there,
bet.
let's take bets.
Let's take bets. I did. And, of course, his bet was if he won, then I was going to buy a bunch of his yard sale crap. And then if I won, I was not.
He was
going
to buy a bunch of your crap.
Yeah, exactly. My parents' crap. No, so I did it. And, of course, it took like 3 or 4 flushes. It was a good time. But on the third flush, I broke the handle. And it just completely snapped off.
Calm down, Hulk.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, flush!
Smash!
Hulk, flush, toilet, stupid flush. I hate toilets. So,
Beauty
yeah, I
toilet.
broke the handle, and he was just like, at first he's like, well, just leave it and don't tell my grandma. And I'm like, what? Don't tell your grandma. That's going to be terrible. She's going to go do her thing, and then she's going to be like, what
Let's
happened?
get out of here.
School.
Let's just run. And but when his aunt came, he told her, and we fixed it up. So it all worked out. Then after that, the next day I drove. No, I didn't drive. I rode with my friends and family from West Virginia all the way to Indiana. So it all started from West Virginia Saturday morning, had breakfast with my dad, and about froze to death in McDonald's. Guys, why do some businesses in the U.S. insist on making the temperature of their restaurants 65 degrees and below? I do not
It's
understand.
America.
I guess, but it's not in every place. Some places have like scents and they leave it at like 72, 73. But like Bob Evans and McDonald's, consistently, it's easily 65 degrees in the restaurant. It's ridiculous.
I'm not sure about McDonald's, but consider the demographic of Bob Evans. Who typically goes to a Bob Evans? Like what
Everyone who
age-
brings blankets.
Yes.
Yes, apparently,
You got it.
everyone who brings
That's it.
blankets.
No.
I mean,
the
Cracker
age
Barrel's
demographic.
not that close. Not
Free
that
blankets
cold.
at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, and they got blankets, but they have the same demographic, and their restaurants are not as cold as Bob Evans. So
Are you kidding me? Cracker Barrel does not give out free blankets. Their blankets are like 3 times the price of a normal blanket.
$3 million.
The appetizer is blankets on the menu.
Yum. So anyways, had breakfast with my dad at McDonald's. Then he took me like halfway to Marietta, Ohio. And then my mother and sister-in-law picked me up. And I rode with them, had a little chat with them on the way to Mount Vernon, Ohio, where we had lunch. Nice little lunch. And then my friend Wes from Indiana came and picked me up.
At that place?
At their house.
I thought you said you went out to lunch at Mount Vernon.
No, we had lunch in Mount Vernon.
Oh.
Like the city. And it was at their house. So it was good. They
Do
keep
they have
their,
free
How was the air
there?
conditioning there? Yeah.
They do have free blankets, but they keep their air conditioning at a very modest, I think 73 or 74 degrees.
Oh,
I'm
so you
very
just get a
much
light
a fan.
shawl then.
Yes, a light shawl just to put that over my shoulders, keep me warm. Yeah, it's nice. So after that nice lunch with my shawl, my friend Wes from Indiana came and picked me up, and then we drove back to his house where he and his wife are graciously hosting me for the next month in Indiana.
How's the AC there?
The AC in their house is a modest, it's probably 72, 73 degrees.
I
So
noticed
it's
you have
okay.
a pullover on right now, right?
I do have a fleece.
Or is that a
on,
blanket?
Yes. No, it's not a blanket or a pullover. It's my Mountaineer fleece. Thank you very much.
A fleece.
You punk.
So it must be pretty cold there.
No,
I
it's
guess
not
they're
pretty
not
cold,
too
but
modest.
It's cold for me. Well, it's modest by American standards. So,
Okay.
and then on Sunday, I went to 2 churches to share about missionary life in Brazil.
How was the
And,
AC at those churches?
So at those churches, the first church, it started out cold, but as people filled the sanctuary, it got okay. So it was fine.
So people could
And then
take
the
off their
second
blankets.
church-
Got it.
The second church, they had to start a fire because it was so cold. No, I'm just kidding. It was fine. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. Well, on Sunday, see, I had long sleeves and I had pants on, and all the other times I didn't have pants on. Just kidding. I did have pants on.
Awkward.
Awkwardness. So yeah. So that was my. That's been my time in Indiana, and this last week I did power through the first season of The Office. I think I'd mentioned on here that I was wanting to watch The Office, or I was trying to, and I didn't find the first season to be like super funny. It was fun, and it was very awkward, which is, The Office humor. But I got to season 2, and I've been laughing my butt off quite heartily in season 2.
Nice.
There you
I
go.
watched some of the episodes, like one of probably many fire alarm episodes where the intern, or he's not the intern, the temp, I can't remember his name, but he leaves something in an oven, or in the toaster oven or whatever, and burns it, and everybody goes outside of the parking lot and they play that. If you're on a deserted island, like, what are you going to bring? And one lady's like, what books are you going to bring? She's like, my Bible, and that's all. It's like, well, what other books are you going to bring? I just need my Bible. Okay, I guess we'll move on then. But it's the one where they're just in the parking lot talking. It's very awkward, but it's very funny. And then I also watched the episode where Michael and Dwight face off in the karate dojo and fight each other. Man, it's so funny.
So would you say figuratively that the air conditioning of the show has improved?
So,
Season 1 to season
yeah,
2.
at the very beginning, it was very cold, and I had to get lots of blankets. But now it's just right. The AC levels of season 2 of The Office, recommended levels.
On the if you could rank season 2 in the amount of blankets,
I mean, it's early on, but early on, I would give it 8 out of 10 blankets.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
It's
pretty
Good
warm.
start.
It's cozy and warm.
Cozy and warm. Beyond The Office, I have not done any gaming. I think I mentioned, I can't remember, did I? Maybe you guys can check me because my dimension's coming in loud and clear. Did
Your
I?
dimension?
My dimension.
Which dimension?
My dementia. My, man. bleh.
How's the AC over in your dimension?
Yeah, it's cold. Did I mention that I broke my New Year's resolution?
Dun,
Broke it.
I know I'd talk about it. I mean, I had talked about it on the Discord a little bit, but I can't remember if on the podcast I mentioned that I had kind of broken my New Year's resolution by buying video games with my own money.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I saw at GameStop a couple weeks ago that they had a get 4 games for $20. And I was like, well, let's see what games we got going on. And so I stumbled upon a few games. One game that I just wanted to own because I own all the other Batman Arkham games, but I got Batman Arkham Origins on PS3.
Okay.
And then I
Nice.
just started seeing some other games. I'm like, man, I really want to play this. So I found Titanfall 2, which is a
Okay.
pretty good shooter from what I hear.
Yeah.
And Shadow of War, which I loved. Shadow of Mordor, which was the first one, and Shadow of War is the sequel. Then I like Lord of the Rings, so I'm like, I should probably check this out. And then finally I got Mass Effect Andromeda. And
Okay.
I have Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 on PS3 that I've not played through. I played through them on Xbox 360 like 4 or 5 years ago and loved them. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to get Andromeda, and then I'm just going to play through all 4 of them maybe later this year. So I'm
Ambitious,
excited
aren't we?
about that. Yes, I'm quite ambitious. And then I also, I think since I've been in the U.S., Detroit became human. Nope. Detroit Become Human came out free on PS Plus. So I'm going to be playing that bad boy when I get back in September in the U.S. or in Brazil. Get
It's a
back
good
on
one.
PS4. Yeah. So those are some of the gaming games, the gaming I will be doing, but unfortunately I have not been doing much gaming. I might get out the Vita or Nintendo Classic and jump into some of those for the foreseeable future while I'm in Indiana for the next month. But other than that, that's about it. No major gaming, watching The Office, hanging out in Indiana for the next month, going to be visiting churches and raising funds for the next 2 years of mission work in Brazil. So very excited and maybe just a little stressed out about that coming up. Also, today I had lunch. I bet you guys had lunch too, right?
Yep, pretty sure it did.
Sometimes.
Yep. I had lunch at a place called Salsa Grill, and it might be a place that I would consider better than Chipotle because it has lots of more options than Chipotle, and it does the same thing, so it's pretty good. They also had a Pepsi Freestyle machine, which is not as good as Coke's Freestyle machine, but I still love Freestyle machines. They're the best. And then tonight, I had dinner. Did you guys have dinner tonight?
Sure did.
I had dinner with my most gracious hosts and friends, Wes and Tiffany. And we had, well, can you guys guess what we had for dinner?
Breakfast.
Nope.
Potatoes.
Yes, we had baked potatoes and
Wow.
salad.
Okay. That's a good.
Yeah, you
that's a
didn't
good
see
call.
that coming, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
What other
And
things
you know,
can I guess?
those two foods. This is the thing I like about salad and baked potato, and I think it's kind of funny. We don't really eat salad and baked potato because we like salad and baked potato. We eat those things because we like to eat the toppings that we put on them.
I smell a transition.
You know what else has toppings?
Ice cream.
Why no, Lucas? I don't. What else has toppings?
What?
Ice cream. Ice cream does, but more importantly, pizza has toppings, my friends, and that is our topic of the show. That's right, folks. We are talking about pizza, the most glorious pie on earth. We're talking about toppings. We're talking about flavors, as Brazilians would say. We are talking about the goodness of pizza because there cannot be a single person on this earth that does not like pizza. If they do, they need Jesus.
Hold on a
And they
second.
need to question their purposes in life.
Before you go any further, my son does not like pizza.
Nuh-uh.
What?
You need to
I am-
pray every night for your son.
That's why we go to church.
I am
Good.
praying for Clark. That is good. That is very, very important. Wow. I did not see that coming. I'm glad that you stopped me, though, because I was about to get into some really, bad stuff.
I'm sure you were.
I don't want to call out Clark that much. I mean, he's a cute little guy. So we'll give him some grace. He needs some time. It'll develop.
What does the pizza? What does the
that
pizza? What
palate
does
for
the
pizza.
Bible say about pizza?
Thou shalt eat lots and lots of pizza. The 11th commandment.
Okay, I missed that one.
Yeah, well,
Makes me think of
it happens to lots
History of the
people.
World. The movie History of the World, where Mel Brooks, he's playing Moses, and he's coming down off the mountain. He says, "I come to you with these 15," and he drops a tablet. 10 commandments.
Yeah, it unfortunately got taken out with the other 4. That
Gotcha.
they just didn't make the cut. Now, before we get into our discussion, and before we get into listener questions and we kind of share our background history or thoughts on pizza, I wanted to do something because I don't know that we're all on the same page about pizza history, pizza information, pizza-isms, pizza.
We're not all on the same page with pizza information?
Yes. It's
Okay.
very important to all be on the same page. And so
You
to
may
get us
think
all on
you
the
are,
same
but you're
page, let's play Bamboozled Speedy Pizza
Yeah.
Edition.
I love this game.
Speedy because there are no Google cards, no Wicked Wango cards, or no way to get bamboozled. And pizza because we're talking about pizza, obviously. So let's jump into it, shall we? Last time on Bamboozled, the very first time Ronnie won, the second time Ronnie lost. So what could happen on the third time we play Bamboozled? Let's jump into it today, shall we? And in order to quicken things, we are going to go in ABC order so you guys cannot sabotage what we're doing today. So
on, you know
we're
that's
going to
gonna
start
be
with
nothing.
Mark,
Wait a minute, who's
then go to
sabotaging
Patrick,
what?
and then we're going to go to Ronnie, who will be dead last. So, question
I'm
number
first,
1 of...
then.
That is incorrect. You have lost 1 point, Ronnie. Thank you for that. So, continuing on. First question of Bamboozled, Speedy Pizza Edition. Who invented pizza, a.k.a. flatbread with toppings? A, the Italians, B, the Greeks, C, the Chinese, or D, America? Mark.
The Greeks.
Patrick.
Greeks.
Ronnie.
Man, this is hard. The Americans.
That is correct for 2 of you, incorrect for 1 of you. Mark and Patrick, you got it with the Greeks. They did, in fact, invent pizza. Question number 2. Which ingredient in pizza is 94% water? Starting with Patrick.
Oh, no multiple choice this time?
This is just a random.
This is open-ended?
Yep.
Have fun with that.
Water.
Which ingredient in pizza is 94% water? Did you just say water?
That was water. 94% water.
All the other preservatives. 6%.
The tomato sauce.
Ronnie
What is pepperoni?
and Mark.
I will also say the tomato sauce.
For the second time in a row, 2 of you got it correct. 1 of you got it wrong.
It
Unsurprisingly,
was
Mark and
so
Patrick,
close,
that is
Ryan.
correct.
I was
with
rooting for you.
tomatoes. Pepperoni is 52% water. I just made that up. I don't really know. Number 3. Where was the tomato discovered before it was brought back to Europe and added to pizza? A,
In the
North
ground.
America. Let me finish first. A, North America. B, South America. C, Africa. Starting with Ronnie.
C. Krypton.
Mark
It's South America.
and Patrick.
South America.
For the third time in a row, Patrick and Mark, you are correct with South America. Native to Peru and Ecuador, the original tomato was a plant which produced yellow or red fruit, later called tomatoes, and was introduced to Europe in the early 1500s. Brought back by conquistadors to Spain, the tomato was thought to be poisonous and was viewed with suspicion. It wasn't until the late 1600s that Europeans began to eat the tomato. Sorry, Ronnie. Better luck. Better luck on the next question, number 4.
So they waited around 100 years, and then they ate them?
That is correct. To make sure they were not poisonous, they gave a 100-year window.
Those tomatoes last about 3 days in my refrigerator.
Exactly.
They don't make them like they used
Did you get
to.
this
All
off
right,
of
question
Wikipedia?
number
Bringing them
4.
back. They're like, hey, eat these. We keep bringing them to you. Eat them. All right,
Do it.
all right. We'll try
Do
it
it.
in 100 years.
Question number 4. Where did the world's first pizzeria open in 1830? Mark, is
In a
it
restaurant.
Is it A, Naples, Italy, B, Rome, Italy, or C, Venice, Italy?
Naples.
Venice.
Ronnie?
Whatever the only answer they didn't choose was.
Rome?
Yep.
All right, Mark, you are correct. In 1830, pizza began with the opening of the world's first pizzeria, named Portalba, in Naples, Italy. The pizzas were cooked in an oven lined with lava from Mount Vesuvius, a volcano located on the Bay of Naples.
Now
Is that
these
still
facts
around?
seem pretty ridiculous.
What?
What?
You guys talked at the same time, and then it glitched out what Ronnie said, so I have no idea what you guys said.
I said now
I
these
heard, is
facts
that
seem
still
pretty
around? And
ridiculous.
it
We're
bl-
talking about lava?
Oh,
Yeah, man, they use lava. I think that's pretty hardcore and
What are these
amazing.
facts?
awesome.
What are these from Wikipedia?
No, it's called the internet. It's
What?
from the internet.
Ask Jeeves.
not
Yes,
even a
it's
thing.
from Ask Jeeves. That's not even a word.
GeoCities.
Yes. All right, back to Bamboozled, Speedy Pizza Edition. And question number 5. The first pizzeria opened in the United States in 1890. True or false? Patrick.
Maybe.
True or false? Patrick.
Are you asking
Oh.
if Patrick is true or false, or if the question is true or false?
I am asking
Told you
if the
they'd sabotage
question
it.
is true or false. The first pizzeria opened in the U.S. in 1890.
True.
Ronnie
False.
and Mark.
Tulsa.
Is that right?
What
Is
happening?
Tulsa a word?
Could be.
Did I
don't
get
think
it?
so. Mark, would you like to stick with Tulsa or give a different word that people use in real life?
Well, I would like to stick with Tulsa, but that doesn't get me a right answer.
Pick
so
any
I'm,
number and you win.
I'm gonna go with true.
For the first time ever in the history of Bamboozled, Ronnie got a question correct. It is false. In
Yeah,
It's a
1905,
miracle.
It is a miracle.
That was
In
all or
1905, Gennaro Lombardi opened the first licensed American pizzeria, Lombardi's Pizzeria Napoletana, at 53rd and a half Spring Street in New York City. All right, question number 6. Name the 5 key ingredients for pizza dough. Ronnie.
Wow, we don't get any options? This is just straight off the top of our head? Can I go last?
5 ingredients, go.
I'm going to go with flour, wheat, water, sugar. Boy, I don't even know the ingredients. I'm just coming up with ingredients off the top of my head. And paprika.
Mark.
Yeah, how many ingredients do you know, Mark?
Major ingredients? Let's see. Flour, water.
He's looking down. He's looking at his phone.
He's looking at his phone. I see him
This
in
is
his.
this is horrible.
For those unable to watch at home, I have our Twitter feed up, not anything pertaining to the
You're
ingredients
looking
found.
at some dude
quick
yelling pineapple.
Cover up.
Why, yes, because that's what somebody responded to in terms of our question for the week, or our topic for the week.
All right,
So-
flour, water.
Flour, water, yeast,
Man, that's a good one.
oh gosh.
Time's up.
I was unaware there was a timer on this. Excuse me.
Don't worry, Mark. Ronnie is not in charge, so you're good.
No, I want to say something, but that's not right.
I am on a streak, though, of one.
Two
win.
more.
Is it?
Two more
it-
ingredients.
Is it butter and milk?
Patrick?
I'm gonna go with what Ronnie said.
Yeah, what if none of us get them right? Is it the most ingredients wins?
No.
Patrick, I just want to remind you that Ronnie said paprika.
I know, it sounds great.
That could be something.
For the first time, all of you get it wrong.
Awesome.
Mark was definitely closest until he said butter
Dang it.
and milk. It's flour, water, yeast, sugar, and oil. All right.
See, I was trying to go back and forth between butter and oil.
Yeah, you were close with the butter, but you left out the sugar. All right.
Dadgummit.
Number 7. What is America's favorite pizza topping? A, pepperoni. B, sausage. C, mushrooms. We're going to start with Mark.
Pepperoni.
Patrick.
Cheese.
Ronnie.
You forgot cheese.
Ronnie.
Do we get to make up our answer to this, or we just got to go with your answer?
Yeah, I don't. This question's wrong. It's missing cheese.
Ronnie.
I like chicken, but I'm going to go with pepperoni.
Patrick, you are incorrect. Mark and Ronnie, you are correct. It is pepperoni.
Huh.
Wise.
You set Mark up with all the easy ones here. I get the 5 ingredients, no clues. When I got to go first.
You're welcome. Question number 8. Who invented Hawaiian pizza? A, a Hawaiian. B, an Italian. C, an American. Or D, a Canadian. Also technically American, but not for this question. Patrick.
E, the devil.
Ronnie.
Canadian.
Mark.
The son of the devil. F.
And for the second time in this game, Ronnie has scored all by himself. That is correct. It was a Canadian, and ironically, he was half Greek in heritage. All right.
Trick question.
I do believe that the host is wrong about this question.
I'm sorry.
I
Because
do
both
believe
E and
so.
F were right.
Yep.
You are incorrect.
Mark and myself have won Bamboozled.
you have both lost a point for insubordination. Question number 9. True or false? Approximately 1 billion pizzas are consumed each year in the United States. Ronnie.
Can you repeat the question?
True or false?
Is this
Approximately
game rigged? True
1 billion
or false?
pizzas are consumed each year in the United States.
It's false. I believe it's more.
Mark.
True.
Patrick.
True.
For the third time, Ronnie scores a point all by himself. It is false. Approximately 3 billion pizzas are consumed in the U.S. each year. Question number 10. True or false? The Super Bowl is the most popular time of year to eat pizza. Mark.
False.
Patrick.
False.
Ronnie.
It is true.
For the fourth time, Ronnie
No.
scored a point.
No.
It is true. The
No.
number one
Yes.
day for U.S.
No.
pizza consumption is
No.
Super Bowl Sunday, and the second is...
No.
Do you know when?
Easter.
Nope.
Thanksgiving.
Easter.
Thanksgiving.
Close, Ronnie. It's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. The second most
Party
popular
time.
day to eat pizza. What day do you think it is, Mark?
Not the Super Bowl.
Okay, thank you for that answer.
National
That's not an
Pizza
You
answer.
Day.
are welcome.
Number
Enjoy.
11. True
11.
or
Oh,
false? The average American eats 23 slices of pizza a year. Patrick.
What? I had 23 slices last week. False.
Ronnie.
I believe an average. That could be true. I'll go with true.
And Mark.
It's like pizza twice a month.
I'm going to have to go with true.
It is false. Patrick, you got that correct. Good job. The average American eats twice as much, 46 slices a year. That averages around 23 pounds of pizza. And then the final question, number 12. When is National Pizza Month? Starting with Ronnie. You have 12 options.
February.
Mark.
May.
And Patrick.
I'm going to go with February as well.
You are all incorrect. I apologize on behalf of them for their
How is
lack
that
of
not?
pizza knowledge.
Yeah, Super Bowl
The
in
National
February?
Pizza Month.
Super Bowl's in
is-
February.
Doesn't make any
The
sense.
National Pizza Month is October. I did not say the month when the most pizza is eaten. I said the National Pizza Month.
Seems like they got
The
their month
celebratory
mixed up.
day, month of October. So, with that being
Who
said,
made up these months
Mark,
for celebrating things?
I don't know who's in charge of that. So, for Bamboozled, 3rd edition, Speedy Pizza Edition, Mark scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mark scored 5 points. Patrick scored 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And Ronnie scored 1, 2. I can't tell what that is. 3, 4, 5 points. So, tied for first place, Ronnie and Mark. Congratulations, Patrick. You are the loser today, and we award you no points.
There's no wicked
God
mango
have mercy
cards?
And
on
may
your
God
soul.
have mercy on your soul. Thank you for playing this edition of Bamboozled. Back to you, Mark.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, obviously, continuing with our topic of pizza. First and foremost, I figured I would get into favorite pizza toppings. So, we'll start there. And so, in our Twitter feed, in response to the call out for today, I'm going to start with Mr. Splig Dopalicious, a.k.a. Mike Dougherty. He says, and it pains me to say this, pineapples.
Yeah, baby. I love you, Mike Dougherty. We are Hawaiian Pizza Brothers.
I am thoroughly convinced that anybody who likes pineapple on their pizza was not loved enough as a child. Just saying.
You are correct.
No, just kidding. I mean, I still hate it. With a blinding white passion.
I still hate you. But,
Not you. I still hate it.
uh-huh.
So, yeah, he mentions pineapples, and I will pray for you.
Yeah, Shiplig. Love you, man.
And then on the Discord as well, Tim Paullin mentions that his favorite type of pizza with his favorite toppings, thin crust pizza, sausage, mushrooms, green peppers, and onions. And Patrick, you'll like this. Extra cheese, please.
See? Number 1 topping.
Mm-hmm. So, gentlemen,
Incorrect.
favorite toppings.
I mean, Mike
Open
Mike
forum.
Dougherty already covered it. Ham and pineapple, the best
You are no
toppings.
longer allowed to talk the rest of the podcast.
You are
Oh,
no longer the
and-
host.
I don't think I know
If you sprinkle some cinnamon on that, cinnamon and sugar, a little cinnamon and sugar to give it some sweetness. Oh, that is so good with the cheese all over it.
I knew I put my
Wait a
holy
second.
water
What is happening?
somewhere.
I'm
Holy
telling
fuck.
you, the
Horrible.
best pizza on earth.
Douse them.
That's disgusting.
Haters gonna
I
hate.
will.
That's all
I will
gotta
go
say.
next. I'll go ahead and save this ship
you.
from sinking.
Thank you.
Favorite topping on a pizza is mushrooms.
Oh, gosh. I thought you were going to save it.
I did.
Yep. Instead, you talked about tree armpits. That is what mushrooms are. Tree armpits, fungus.
You know
It
what
grows
this
in the
needs?
dark.
Fungus.
Yes. There's a fungus among us.
I also enjoy with the mushrooms chicken and onion. those three things right there every time.
Okay.
Love that.
Okay. See, I can't get on board with mushrooms on a pizza because the last time I ate mushrooms on a pizza, I blew chunks for several hours.
What pizza
Food
place
aversion.
is that from?
That
It's no longer in
was
business.
Pizza Hut.
If it was Pizza Hut, that's
Pizza
your
Hut.
fault.
No way. Pizza Hut's the worst.
That's what I mean.
We're gonna come back. We're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
come
that's
back
true.
to that.
I got you now. Oh yeah,
We're gonna
sorry.
come back to that, but it
Spoilers.
was in fact from Pizza Hut.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
You deserve that.
I actually like mushrooms, so I'm with you, Ronnie, on the mushrooms.
No, for me, it's a bacon and pepperoni.
There you go. I can get on board with that. Yeah, I'm an all
Extra
meat.
bacon.
Mm-hmm. I'm an all meats guy, so yeah, definitely pepperoni, bacon, sausage, any sort of meat. I will gladly put that on my pizza.
I think the weakest link is the sausage link.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm all about the meats too, but sausage, I don't like too much of it. Ham, pineapple. That's not a meat. Never mind. Sorry.
No, it is not. How dare you?
Ham, bacon,
Those pineapple
pepperoni.
slaughterhouses. Oh,
You know what's
goodness.
funny is I always thought pepperoni pizza was kind of boring. And then I moved to Brazil and lived there for 7 years, and it's my favorite pizza now. Like, besides ham and pineapple, of course. I love pepperoni pizza. There's just nothing like a taste of... I don't know if it just gives me a taste of home, and I just love pepperoni pizza.
I feel like every time I get the option, I never choose pepperoni.
Yeah.
It's just like the most common kind of pizza, so I feel like I don't know if I got burned out at a young age, but it's like the most boring topping of all toppings.
For me, that's like the baseline. Like it for me, a good pizza needs to have baseline pepperoni on
If you
it.
start with pepperoni, I agree. That's a good start.
Yeah. Yeah.
One time I had a Hawaiian
Obviously-
pizza. Sorry, I had a Hawaiian pizza one time that underneath the ham and pineapple and the cheese, there was a layer of pepperoni. And it was kind of weird, I have to say.
I feel like
That's
that
when
is
they
a weird
crossed the line.
topping with ham and pineapple.
Yeah.
So it was like a present that was wrapped in like really crappy wrapping paper, and you just needed to peel it off to get to the good stuff. Okay, gotcha. Makes sense.
I was the kid that played with the cardboard box, so what are you going to do? Forget the present that's inside. I want to play with the cardboard box. Ham and pineapple.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Now, question. Is there a difference between ham and Canadian bacon?
Yes.
No.
True.
Tulsa.
Foo.
To me, it seems like the same exact thing. I cannot tell the difference.
Yep.
Wait,
Yep.
do you have an answer to that question, or are you just going to ask it?
I don't actually have an
jeez,
answer to that
No.
question.
According to Ask
That was a
Jeeves,
poll.
Yeah, I was just curious. Is there a difference between ham and Canadian bacon?
Do you think there's a difference?
I can't tell.
Is there?
I don't
I
think
think it's the
there's a
same
difference.
exact thing.
I mean, I think there's a difference. I just don't think it's like...
Just the shape of it?
I think they say Canadian bacon just to fancy it up.
maybe.
Yep.
It's like fried bologna. Same difference.
So in Canada, my name would be Lucas Canadian Bacon Swisher.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how
That's
they would
it. You
read
gotta change
my,
your name
my
now.
license. Oh, what's this passport say? Lucas Canadian Bacon Swisher. Nice to meet you, sir.
That's a pretty sweet middle name
That
there.
is.
What's up, Can Bake?
Can bake. Wow. Lucas Can Bake Swisher. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Write that down. Use it.
If it makes you feel better, Lucas, Mr. Bernabe Butterteeth, he also loves Hawaiian pineapple pizzas.
Yes. My brother from another mother.
I will say, and I don't mean to disappoint Patrick here, because I can tell he's going to be disappointed by the look on his face. But a ham and pineapple pizza, it's not that bad. I'll eat it.
There you go.
It'll
I
eat.
knew I wasn't alone.
I mean, I will never order that pizza, but if somebody else orders it, I will eat it.
Yes.
He's upset. He is upset for sure.
For those of you not watching, Patrick is dealing with his anger in very different ways.
He's made a gesture.
Things
Not
went
friendly.
dark for a moment. But it's all good now. It's okay. But anyway. So moving on to another aspect of pizza.
Before you do that, Mark, I feel like this show is tearing me and Patrick apart.
Do you see your friendship being torn?
How does
at
that
the
make you
seams?
feel, Ronnie?
No more opinion questions.
Can I go completely off topic for just 1 second?
No.
Well, whether you want me to or not, I'm going to.
Okay, you're done.
For dinner tonight, I had Long John Silver's. Yeah,
Friendship renewed there, Patrick?
I think so.
What?
You know what? I was on my way.
There's a Long John's
I'm on my way
near
home from
you?
the gym, and I'm talking.
You know what you need after going to the
Something
gym?
horrible.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, you know what?
Long John
I haven't
Silver's
gone to the
awful.
bathroom in a while, so I'm going to go to Long John Silver's.
And I will tell you, I'm talking to Elizabeth on the phone. I'm like, hey, do you want me to pick us something up to eat on the way home? She's like, yes.
I
And I
just
was
want
like,
to
all
wreck
right,
my gym.
what sounds good? And she's like, oh, you know what sounds really good? Long John Silver's. And I was like, first of all, Long John Silver's never sounds good. But if that's what you want, I'll get it. She said that's what she wanted, so I got it. And I got
Laxative,
the chicken.
Long John Silver's. Laxative,
chicken.
Long
I got
John
the
Silver's.
chicken from Long John Silver's because
Yes.
I'm scared of the seafood. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared of all of it. And
Yeah.
Chicken's where it's at.
I'm happy to report it sucked. I'm still on the same bandwagon. It was awful.
Yeah.
Horrible dinner.
And
Only
that
almost
answers the
died
question,
once.
why is Ronnie recording the podcast from his
Oh,
bathroom right now?
So what did she get?
She got the two-piece fish and shrimp combo. She had
I've
shrimp
never
left
gotten
over,
anything
and they
other
got
than
thrown
the
away.
chicken.
So I don't think they were great.
Wow, she threw away the shrimp?
Long John Silver's is one of those meals that you eat, and you're not sure if you just ate it or if you just rubbed it all over yourself because you're greasy afterwards. It's gross.
That's the best part.
Okay, so back to pizza.
Gross.
So moving on.
I'll be back.
we're
I gotta go take a shower.
specifically- Okay, yeah.
I'll be back. I have
That's probably
diarrhea from
best.
the Long John Silver's.
He's gonna have diarrhea like 6 months
Probably
from
for
now,
3
and
days
that
at
will be
least.
from.
I'm gonna like that
Horrible
on Facebook.
decision. I'm probably going to have to call in sick from work tomorrow.
Okay, so back to pizza.
I'm just going to call in. I'm going to be like, hey, I had Long John Silver's last night.
Oh, you
I'm
stayed
out
home for
the
a few
rest
days.
of the day.
Oh, Ronnie, sir, that is horrible.
They'll be like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you take however long you
yeah,
need.
take every bit
Take
of
as
time.
much time as you need.
You don't even need a doctor's note. We know how it is.
Never again. All right, so you know, pizza. We were talking about pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So we're talking specifically about restaurants. So Travis Popscicle on the Discord, he mentions, growing up, we all liked that super cheap Chef Boyardee pizza that comes in the box. I tried it again recently, and it's amazing that we ate that garbage. So what is your favorite cheap pizza? Stewart's gas stations here in New York make a pretty good sausage pizza.
That sounds so bad.
Stewart's gas
Gas
station.
station.
Okay, Mark,
So starting out,
Mark, you missed a total transition point where you could have said, speaking of garbage, after our discussion of Long John Silver's.
well, that's why you're the transition
Yeah.
ninja.
Let's edit that out and fix that, okay? Oh,
There's
man.
no
So
possible
starting
way
out
that
with-
Stewart's gas station has a good pizza.
Stewart's gas station.
Diamond in the rough, man.
I don't know what to do with that.
This place has great gas and great pizza. That's it.
Hope that's the tagline.
I mean, even going before where he talked about, was it Chef Boyardee pizza?
Yep.
I can't say I've ever had that, nor would I be tempted to try that. That just sounds
I
awful.
don't think I'd ever want that.
What about the Lunchables pizza? Do you guys ever have that? Delicious.
Yeah, it was all right.
I mean, it was 0% water. Like, you had to have a bottle of water with you to eat it because it had been dried out in the factory.
That pizza crust. That was dry.
Yeah.
That was dry.
You have to
Dry
you have to submerge it into water to make it like
to even get it down.
Eating like cheap ragu on a cracker was basically what that was.
you had to eat it like Joey Chestnut eats hot dogs in the contest. Like dip it in the water.
So, all of this to say, starting with restaurants, we all enjoy the cheaper pizza if we need to grab something quick sometimes.
I mean, do we enjoy it?
Not really.
I mean, do you enjoy it as much as other
Enjoy
pizzas?
the price.
No.
Yeah, the
Yes,
price is nice.
That's what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
So, favorite cheapo restaurants for pizza?
Hot and Ready's, Little Caesars.
Yep, hands down.
Yeah,
I totally agree too. That's a good pizza for $5.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. And they've been upping their game lately, honestly, with their variety of pizzas.
They've also been upping their prices.
True.
Good luck finding one for $5 anymore.
Yeah.
What is it now? I haven't gone to Little Caesars yet.
It's like $5.50 or $6.
$5.55?
That's not cool.
Still a really good deal though.
Yeah, it's.
I was going to
still
say
a good
that's
deal.
cheaper
Still a great
than
deal.
your typical.
Yeah, it's still amazing. But
But yeah, anytime we have like special events for youth group, and I need to get a bunch of pizzas, Hot and Ready's are where it's at.
I mean, complaining about that price is like in college when Mindy and I and our friends, we would go to Wendy's to get the 99-cent value meal. And then I remember when they changed it to $1.29, and we're like, well, forget this. I'm going somewhere else.
How
Take my
glorious
30
was it, by
cents.
the way, when the junior bacon cheeseburger was only 99 cents?
Oh my gosh,
the best
that was the
99
one we
cent
would
sandwich
get.
I've ever had in my life.
We were eating them like White Castle sliders. We would get like 4 or 5 each.
We'll take 30.
99 cents? No doubt. So, pizza.
I was gonna say. Remember that time we were talking about pizza?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm glad all four of us are back.
Yep. Me too. And we agree. Little Caesars.
Okay, so we've all pretty much established that the cheap side of things is pretty much Little Caesars. That's what we enjoy.
Best mascot, too, for sure.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Little
Pizza.
Caesar guy. Awesome.
Truth be told, Travis, I actually liked. At Sam's Club, my mom used to buy these like it's like a bulk package of these like deep dish pizzas, and they were super good. I used to love those when I was a kid. I don't remember what brand it was. I just remember my mom would buy them at Sam's Club.
Members Mark.
So, yeah, what's that?
Members Mark.
Yes, that must be what it is.
That's the Sam's Club brand.
I don't know if they had Members Mark back then though.
They might not have. I don't
First of all,
remember.
if it comes from Sam's Club, that means you have to have the membership. So you're technically paying more for that pizza.
True, you're right,
Too true.
but you're paying for it in bulk.
You're also buying it from Sam's, so each piece is like 2 pounds.
Yeah. They didn't call it deep dish for nothing. But yeah, anyways, so let's go on to slightly upper level pizzas. Like
Cisco pizza? No.
CC's.
No, that's lower than Little Caesars.
Cisco's pizza.
Yeah, that's not even real pizza. It's a hologram of pizza.
Cece's
That's
What have
pizza.
you
middle of the
done to
road
my
gas
dog?
station pizza.
Yeah, I think
Probably worse
Stewart's
than
gas
Stewart's
station has
gas
better
station.
pizza. Yeah.
No, Cece's pizza is disgusting. There's a reason why we call it feces pizza.
Yeah.
That stuff is nasty. No, but do you guys before we go on to like the big chain brands, do you guys have any local pizza places that you guys like to eat at?
Oh yeah, there's a pizza place downtown called Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And it is they make their pizzas like right in front of you. They have all their ovens and everything.
Like a hibachi grill. Like, do they do little tricks and stuff with the onions and the pizza dough?
Make a little volcano out of it. Yep.
Yeah, there's a bar upstairs, and they make pizza till like 2 a.m. because of the bar upstairs. And this place is packed pretty much no matter what time of day it is, but it's especially packed in the evening, especially on the weekends.
Especially at 2 a.m.
But yeah, people are chowing down on this pizza at 2 a.m. But yeah, this is really, really good. It feels like it's like authentic Italian pizza.
Let me ask you this question, Patrick. How many times have you had that without any alcoholic beverages at all?
Once.
How was it then? Still good?
Yeah, still good.
Because I've only had it, I think I've had it twice, but...
it's not as good as one at 2 a.m.
I mean, at 2 a.m., they could serve you anything, and you would think it was great.
What is this, Little Caesars? All right.
I'll take a gourmet pizza at 2 a.m.
What about you guys?
Lucas, you got any favorite local ones?
So I will say
West Virginia or Brazil.
Like a tarantula
I have a
pizza.
few. It's wondrous. It's quite crunchy when you put them in the oven after 20 minutes. Well, I feel like I have multiple locales. I've been unable to find a really good place in Sao Paulo, which is kind of strange considering it's a huge city. But their pizza's not been that great. Where I used to live in Atibaia, California Pizza was like right around the corner from my house, so I could just walk and pick it up. And they, of course, had a killer Hawaiian pizza, complete with ham, pineapple, and sprinkled sugar and cinnamon on it.
California Pizza as in CPK? California Pizza Kitchen?
No. This is Brazil. They just called the pizzeria.
I just didn't know if they went that far.
No, it wasn't CPK. It was just California Pizza. And and then in Grafton, where I grew up, before it closed down, Luigi's Pizza was the place to go. And then later on, a new pizzeria called Hometown Pizza opened up. And they have both, they deliver pizza and they do a buffet, which isn't, it's not great, but it's pretty good. Pretty good pizza.
I believe it's pronounced buffet.
Oh, yes. Sorry. A buffet. A pizza buffet. Mm-hmm. How about you, Mark?
So we've got a few places in town. We've got a pretty local chain called Lito's Pizza. That's pretty good. There's also a place downtown called Benny Scarpetta's. Benny's for short. Where they serve a 28-inch pizza. This thing is absolutely enormous. Think about it this way. One time we ordered it for work, and I had to go pick it up. And the shuttle vehicle I drive is a minivan. It's a Chrysler Pacifica. I had to slide that in the back because it wouldn't fit. Like, typically you put the pizza like in the passenger seat or something like that.
I thought you were saying you had to slide the van like a donut.
Yes.
Like totally. A glove.
That is a huge pizza if you have to put it in the trunk.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I got to get my straps and strap it to the top of the car like a mattress.
You have your hand out.
They actually
just holding it out the window.
I got it. No, they actually have a challenge, I believe, where if you can eat the whole thing, you can get like a your name on the wall and a T-shirt and something good like that. I don't remember what else they give you, but cool. Yeah, it's a huge freaking pizza, but the pizza's good. And then there's one other place that I enjoy locally, but we'll come back to that. All right, so now that we've talked about local places, we can talk about chains, like your stores that go across the country or across the world. So, do you guys have any chain pizza stores in general that you like to frequent?
Yes.
Yes.
And what are they, Ronnie?
The one that we frequent the most when like I have people over, like friends and stuff like that, is we go to Papa John's.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Papa John's.
Papa John's. But I will tell you that I am not like I don't really care about like the garlic sauce. It seems to be everybody's thing, and I
was gonna ask you.
I don't.
Okay.
I like the pizza. I don't usually even bother getting the garlic sauce.
What about the peppers?
I don't eat the peppers.
I'm with you. I don't either.
I mean,
Yeah,
every
I don't
now and then I
either.
take a bite of one, but it's just for fun. I don't actually like it.
Interesting.
It's cool.
Interesting. So that's your number one. You don't enjoy.
That's the one I frequent the most. I think if I had a choice on pizza, are we talking about like the best pizza yet, or is that another question?
We'll come back
For
to
the
that
people
as
at
a best-
home, we don't really have a structure to the show. We are all just kind of flying by the seat of our pants.
Speak for yourself, Ronnie.
That's true. Mark has the structure, but none of us know what it is.
It's a mystery.
Well, one of us knows what it is, actually, besides me.
Yep.
But anyway, but anyway, so Lucas, do you have any favorite chain stores for pizza?
Yeah, I'm right with Ronnie. It's Papa John's. I would say as a honorable mention and backup, I don't really know.
Good
I mean,
contribution.
I'll eat Domino's if it's around. We have that here in Brazil. I'm not in Brazil right now, but
I feel like
they're
I'll
in Brazil
eat any
when I live
pizza.
there. Yeah, but I don't like Pizza Hut. Like,
I
if
do
people
think
have Pizza
Pizza Hut's
Hut, I'll be
garbage.
like, do you have cheeseburgers or Long John Silver? No, I wouldn't go that far as Long John Silver's, but yeah, I don't. I would say Pizza Hut's my least favorite, if we're allowed to share that also.
There's a reason why Pizza Hut keeps shutting down all the restaurants. No one goes there.
It's because they suck.
Yeah.
See, it's funny that you say that. It's funny that
It's
you
Mark's
happen to
favorite.
mention, make those comments.
Mark, do you want to share your favorite?
Mark is the one keeping them in business.
They've combined with La
There's
Coretta.
like 2 or 3 in this area alone. Come on now.
They're all huddled in Virginia.
It's the last 3.
No, Pizza Hut, believe it or not, is my favorite of the chains. I just like the taste more. Now, granted, I'm never gonna get one of their pizzas with mushrooms on it ever again.
Right.
But like their meat lovers pizza, I just enjoy it more. The taste is better to me.
I think it's for me. It's the crust of their standard dough. I will say that I do like their. What's the New York City style one called? Does that have a name?
I think it's just called the New Yorker.
New York. Yeah, the big New Yorker. Yeah, I can eat that one. Okay, but most of their crust, I don't like it. Just don't like it. But it's all good, Mark.
See, I
More
typically
for
go
you.
with the what is it? Pan style crust. They have like their normal crust, and then there's like pan
Yeah.
style. I go with the pan style. But yeah, although I love Papa John's, Domino's, all those places. But for some reason, Pizza Hut just to me just tastes better. I don't know why. Maybe it's the cheese. I don't know.
Yeah, the best topping.
Yeah.
Patrick, what's yours? Did you mention?
Donato's.
Long John
okay.
Silver's.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
No, I love the Donato's. They have that pepperoni from edge to edge, and those the whatever spices they put on that pepperoni.
Yeah, that is tasty.
And it,
That is good
it's-
pizza.
The way they cook that pepperoni, it kind of like curls up a little bit.
Mhm.
It's really really good. And it's like the thin crust, so you can eat like I don't know the whole pizza by
Yeah,
yourself.
but aren't they? They're more expensive, aren't they, than average?
They are one of the most expensive.
That's what I don't
pizza
like about it.
places.
You can eat a whole
Yeah.
pizza but you have to because you are hungry and you need to eat. And it's so thin, but it does have good flavor. I will give you that for sure.
Yeah, I had Donato's when I was up in Ohio doing my internship, but unfortunately we don't have any down here. But yeah, I remember it being good. Donato's being good, so yeah. Also on the Discord, going back to, shoot, I lost it. Oh yeah, going back to the Twitter first. So on the Twitter page, Mr. Dopalicious, aka Mike Dougherty, he also he asks, when are we visiting Tulsa? As in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Because apparently Andalini's in Tulsa, Oklahoma is a local place rated in the top 10 best in the U.S. for pizza per TripAdvisor.
Wow.
Which is a pretty big website.
Yeah.
So I went to Tulsa a long time ago. It was probably about 10 or 11 years ago. I did not go to that restaurant, though. So hopefully there will be a time in my life where I return to Tulsa. And I will go there to Andalini's.
I will also take you up on that, Mike. When I go to Tulsa. No guarantees. When I'll go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Bernabe Butterteeth also mentions personally he prefers traditional brick oven wood fire pizzas, which are really good. There's actually a place, it's kind of a somewhat local chain that's really good called Blaze Pizza around here that's really good. They do brick oven pizza as well. But he says he's not a fan of deep dish. However, that doesn't mean he won't eat it. He says, the only pizza I ever had to pass on was an anchovy pizza.
Gross.
And I will heartily agree with you there.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
He says, I ordered it once when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was out, and Michelangelo yelled at the pizza guy about not adding anchovies to the pizza. Naturally, I had to see why it was so bad to add them. Yep, never give me an anchovy pizza. And, of course, he linked in our Discord the video of
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Michelangelo.
movie.
Yep, Michelangelo ordering that pizza.
It's classic.
And being angry at why he did not get his anchovy pizza.
I've never actually had anchovies, but I would like to try them.
No, I'm good.
No.
All set.
Fair
All
enough.
right.
Ronnie, I'm with you. I'd give it a try, even though I would anticipate it being disgusting.
I'll take a bite.
I tried them.
You know?
I'm with Bernabe. No, thank you. I tried it once and never again.
Yeah.
All right. So, moving on to what you believe to be the best pizza you've ever had.
Whatever Ronnie says.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
What does Ronnie say?
Yeah, whatever you say. I'm going to agree with.
The roses.
I won't agree with that.
Yes. Hawaiian pizza.
So,
Are we talking about pizza place or type of pizza?
Just pizza experience.
Yes.
You know what? Like you went back to the pepperoni. You thought it was boring. You know, like I'm the same way with the roses. Like I think I've had it too much to where I don't want it anymore. I'd rather do something else.
Yeah, but you like Long John Silver's, so.
Yeah. I would rather have Long John Silver's than La Rosa's.
I can't even believe that you're telling the truth, possibly.
Is La Rosa's is that a local pizza place?
It's a Cincinnati place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think there's some in Florida as well.
That Giordano's pizza in Chicago,
mostly in
though, that
Cincinnati.
was something. That was something.
And that is some of the best pizza I have ever had.
Yeah,
I would like to try a standard pizza from there. Like the one we got was like a kind of like a specialty pizza with barbecue sauce and chicken and stuff like that. So it was a different whole thing. So I would actually like to try a standard pizza from there.
Back, I think it was 2004. Me, my wife and my buddy Chris went to New York, and we went to this like local pizza place, and because we were in New York, we're like, okay, we got to get a New York slice. And I still think about this place to the day because it was probably the best pizza I have ever had. It's one of those pizzas where it's like it's thin, but it's huge, and you have to like fold it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a true New York pizza,
Do you
and that
know
was
where it
probably
was?
my favorite pizza. It was one of the. It was. I think it was near. What's that big park?
Central
Park?
Park.
Is it Central Park? It was like like one of the like around Central Park.
Yep, it's
I can't remember
pretty
where it
large
was.
park.
Near Madison Square Garden, I think it was.
I have a serious question about this place. Did you just make it up?
Why do you want to go there?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they just had a moment here.
I'm in. Are we
Okay.
going
I'll try
tonight?
it.
Pause the podcast. We'll be back. We'll give a full review.
Okay, sounds good. Live from New York
the
City.
podcast right now.
It's Saturday night.
Yeah, I would have to say some of the best pizza I've had is definitely from Giordano's, and like I only was able to have one slice because that's how thick that pizza was. It was ridiculous. But Lucas, did you say for the best pizza you've ever
I
had?
did not. I would say that overall, and you, two of you would agree with me on this, that my standards for pizza are pretty broad. You would say that that would be low, but they are not. I just appreciate a wider spectrum of flavors than some others of us. But I really like variety. So when I get an opportunity to eat a variety of types of pizza, that makes the experience even better. So I can't think of like a pizza of all pizzas, but here in Brazil they have what's called a pizza rodízio, which is pretty much like a Brazilian steakhouse or barbecue experience, but with pizza. So everybody sits at a table and there's an endless amount of pizzas that come your way. And they have everything from standard pepperoni, lots of meats. They have filet mignon pizza. And then they get crazy and have like hamburger pizza, taco pizza, stroganoff pizza. And then they get into all the dessert pizzas like banana, chocolate and strawberry, ice cream pizza. And so one of my favorite nights of just eating endless amounts of pizza, because also that's how it works. You pay a flat price and then you get as much pizza as you can handle. And so they show up with all this pizza and you just pick. You're like, yep, I want that. Yep, I want that. Nope, I don't want that. Yes, I want that. And it was an amazing just pizza experience. So that was probably my like favorite pizza moment. But probably the best pizza I've ever had was in college, freshman year in college. And it was the first Valentine's Day with Mindy and myself. Now, I set up this Valentine's Day by telling Mindy that I was working that night. I accidentally forgot that Valentine's Day was that day. And ironically, I worked at Pizza Hut. And so I said, I'm going to have to work at Pizza Hut. And it's actually the reason I don't like Pizza Hut is because I worked there for a year. And too much of a good thing is too much. And that's why I don't like Pizza Hut. But at that point, I was trying to surprise Mindy with a Valentine's Day dinner. And so during my fake shift, I called her and I said, hey, I ripped my work pants. Can you bring me another pair of pants? And she said, fine. And she got over there and I had a table prepared and I had made a heart-shaped Pizza Hut pizza with heart-shaped pepperoni covered with cheese. And we had Valentine's
Without
dinner.
pants?
I had pants. My pants were working. And we had Valentine's dinner at that Pizza Hut in Mount Vernon, Ohio. And after that, we got our story was placed in the school paper, and we won the award for most romantic Valentine's dinner.
Did she know that you actually forgot?
No, I didn't forget. I was pretending
Did
that
you
I
say
worked.
that you forgot?
No, I said I pretend. You need to listen to the whole story, Ronnie. I said I pretended that I had forgotten.
Nope.
Play it back.
Is
I'm going to rewind.
Is that even true? That you pretended to forget? Because that seems like a pretty convenient alibi.
I pretended. I didn't work. I called her to say I had ripped my pants when I had not. I was wearing normal street clothes, and I had set up a table with candles and Valentine's decorations, and I had made her a heart-shaped pizza. So that was my favorite pizza of all time. Is my first Valentine's pizza. Hold on. What's up?
Did you just make that up?
No, I didn't make it up.
What pizza place is this?
This is Pizza Hut in Mount Vernon, Ohio.
You set up candles in a Pizza Hut?
Oh, yeah, man. It was super romantic.
That's the most
Freshman year in
romantic
college,
thing I've
baby.
ever heard.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Those are my two favorite pizzas in life.
Although I will say that, like, if you find a woman that appreciates candles in a Pizza Hut, you hold on to her. That's a good job.
I did.
That's a good job by
That's
you.
right. I did.
Oh, goodness.
That's when I knew she would be mine forever.
That's a good indication.
That's what sealed the deal. Oh, goodness. Okay, so does anybody have any honorable mentions? Any particular places or types of pizza they just want to throw out there real quick?
Stuffed crust is overrated.
They still
Okay.
have that? Probably a Pizza Hut.
Here in Brazil,
Are there Pizza
they
Huts?
not
I
only...
think they do.
Yeah, Pizza Hut still has stuffed crust, doesn't it?
I don't know.
was referring to if they still had stores or not. They're like Blockbuster, right?
No?
I don't think they've gotten that direction, though.
Dude, let's stop and consider that. There's only one Blockbuster left.
There's only
There's
3
way
left.
more
and
than
they're
one
all around the park.
3 Pizza Huts.
There's way more than 3. There's 3 in my city. Come on now.
No, but stuffed crust here in Brazil is... They don't use, like, mozzarella cheese. They have their own cheese that they call catupiry, and it is like toothpaste consistency. And they just squirt that stuff in the crust, and it is disgusting.
Oh, this just in. Pizza Hut is closing 500 dine-in locations across the
They have
U.S.
500 left?
Surprise.
In total, there are 7,496 Pizza Hut locations in the U.S.
Sounds like not
Beginning
for
of the
long.
I
end.
think
Yeah.
I think we're still okay. 7,496.
Yeah, there's going to be... They're going to close more. 2020 is on its way.
Yeah,
Sounds
okay.
like the beginning of the end.
Yep. You heard it here, folks, on GMG Podcast, episode 51.
Called it.
I'm gonna file that under not knowing what you're talking about, but okay.
That's fair. When do we
Moving
get to
on.
the non-pizza related things? Because I have another thing to say.
You just add that whenever you want.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
Of course you were.
You guys ever accidentally answer your phone and it's a charity call for some type of charity? This happened to me the other day. So I answer my phone randomly. It just a number came up, local number. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's something. So I answer it. And I realize it's the local police. I don't know. Not the department, but they're basically trying to raise money for the local police department in my area.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I answer, I say hello. This guy goes on this whole thing, right? He's got this. I mean, it's a long one. I'm sitting through this like, oh, man. Like, I feel bad. Like, I don't want to hang up, you know? So I let him get through his whole
You
spiel.
could get arrested.
I mean, I don't want my number. I don't want my plate number out there for if this guy breaks any law at all, throw the book at him. So anyways, I'm listening to this whole thing, and he's going on for a while, and I'm like, oh, man. Like, I mean, obviously, I didn't have any intention on sending money to this group, right? I don't send money unless it's something that I'm a part of that I can see. So when I get these phone calls, I'm not likely ever to donate any money. And like, I understand it's for a good cause and everything. So I listen to this whole guy spew because I feel bad. Like, I worked in a call center at one time. Like, I understand. Like, I don't want to be a jerk. So he gets to his whole spiel and he gives me the, can we count on a donation from you? And I said, not today, but I really do appreciate the call. thinking this is going to be the end. I was wrong. That just put him into his second tier pitch, where he just started on this whole thing. Well, I understand this, but then, and then he just goes off on this thing. And Elizabeth was in the car to me. I turned to her and I just looked at her, and then I hung up the phone as I was staring at her. And I was like, I don't know what to do if I say no politely, and I'm trying to be polite. When I say no, it means no. Like, I'm not going to be like, yeah, you know what? That second pitch really got me. And you know what? I am going to donate. That's not the way it works with me, at least. But do you guys ever answer your phone, like, on a charity call? Like, I actually felt guilty about hanging up on this guy. But it's like, man, I was trying to be polite, and I said, like, no thanks. I do appreciate the call. And then he went into this whole thing where he didn't give me a chance to even talk or anything else. He just went into this whole secondary sales pitch. And I actually felt guilty for hanging up. But it's like, man, I tried to be polite and say no, and you blew right past it like I didn't even say it. So what do you guys do in that scenario?
I had the same thing happen to me a couple months ago. I was playing Apex. I think I talked about this before, where I was playing Apex with Marc and Sheldor, and I got a call from the University of Cincinnati, and they were trying to update my records. And then afterwards,
the alumni
they're like,
thing, wasn't it?
Would you like would you like to donate
that one
$100 to whatever it was, to the College of Business? And I was like, no, not today. And then she's like, well, and she goes on to her second spiel, would you like to donate $50? I'm like, no. Would you like to donate $25? No, not today. Would you like to donate $10?
You heard him out, man,
no,
to the
not
very
today.
end.
Would you like to donate anything today? No, not today. But that was probably 5 minutes of her asking me donations, and I kept saying no. And she's like, okay, well, have a nice night. And this was like, how late was it? Like 10 o'clock
You
at
heard
night
the
on a
whole
Friday
spiel.
or something?
Like you went all the way.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
I would have.
It was
hung up.
hilarious. I had the phone in one ear. I had it actually on speakerphone, and then I had my mic on, so Sheldor and Marc could hear the entire
I
conversation.
mean, like, I want to be real with these people too, but it's like, oh man, I tried to be polite and say no, but it's like you can't keep like asking. There's not like if I say no, thank you. Like I feel like that's me being polite. I told him I appreciated the call, and he completely ignored it. Like I'm sure you're raising money for a good cause.
I probably go. I give him. I think I usually give him a second, or I think a third time's a charm. Like, click, because if it's like, no, I'm serious. I can't. Or yeah, but I do understand also the guilty feeling. So
yeah,
It's a 50-50 for me, honestly. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. I may give them just, no thank you, no thanks, have a good one. But I may just hang up.
See, maybe that's what I needed to add is, no thanks, I appreciate the call, you have a nice day. Boom.
yeah. And then you end it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Be more ready next time. But no, I did. I felt guilty as soon as I hung up the phone, but it's like, man, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, trying to be nice. Like, I know what it's like being on the other end of the phone, like working in the call center, like people are rude and stuff. Like, I don't want to be rude, but also like, if I'm polite, please do not ask me a second time. Like, I do not want to have to hang up on you. Please don't make me. That's all.
All right. Well, I think that's all for this preposterously, that's not a word. Preposterously,
No, it is not.
positively pizzarific party of a podcast. If you enjoyed the discussion and the hang with us, we would appreciate some positive feedback. Just take a few minutes, give us an honest review and rating on iTunes or Apple Music or whatever podcast service you use, lads, that allows such things. If you've already done so, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You're the best. You deserve a pizza or two. And if you want to go that extra mile, earn that second pizza, you can grab a friend or family member's phone or tablet, find their podcasting service of choice, and subscribe and leave a rating and review for them also, because we would be eternally grateful. Also remember, If you'd like to join in on future podcasts or connect with us on our most lovely GMG community, then check out the show notes, click those links, join our Discord server, filled with a wide range.
The old Discord,
Discord. I love Discord. We have a wide range of dad jokes and heartfelt conversations there. But if Twitter is more your thing, then our handle is at the GMG Podcast. You can also email us at thegoodmorningguys@gmail.com. Or if you want to practice your radio voice, and you can call us at 929 GMG Guys. You can call in, leave a message, ask a question, such as, for the past 45 weeks, Ronnie, have you still not completely watched the full 2 hours and 23 minutes of Christopher Reeve's Superman movie?
Another P word that you could have used there instead of what you used would have been poppycock.
I could have, but instead you're
really
deflecting to answer that question. Thank you for that. We know it's a no. So, if you want to ask those kind of riveting questions that Ronnie has been asking, and we have been asking him, join us on the show. Leave a message. Let your voice be heard. You know what else should be heard? Mark? Some music?
I know exactly what
Spin Doctor.
Yes.
Mark?
Mm-hmm. All right. As always, you can find the Good Morning Guys morning playlist on Spotify as well as Apple Music. Thank you so much, Bernabe, for holding it down on the Apple Music side of things while I hold down the Spotify end. And so a challenge was given. I needed to find songs involving pizza, and challenge accepted. So I have 3 songs that incorporate pizza into their particular lyrics that I'm adding to the Good Morning Guys morning playlist for this week. First and foremost, it's a classic. Dean Martin's Amore.
Nice.
Yes.
It's a good one.
The second song is one you've probably not heard. It's from a group called Aquabats, and it is a song called Pizza Day. And it's basically reminiscing over, Pizza Day in school. So you should check that out. And then finally, the song, a complicated song, which is Weird Al's parody of Complicated by Avril Lavigne, which talks about pizza.
Nice.
So, enjoy those additions to the Good Morning Guys morning playlist, and I hope that they help you get your good morning on, as well as help you enjoy the lovely, lovely thing that is pizza.
Yes. All right, Mark. Thank you very much for those songs. I think we will definitely enjoy them. All right, folks. Talk at you again next week on podcast services around the globe as we celebrate 1 whole year of podcasting and talking about
Poppycock.
Yes, folks. We will be celebrating the wondrousness of celebrating 1 year of podcasting. I think it's a great accomplishment. So we hope you will join us next week. We'll probably be talking about life's great milestones and just talking about, just the memories over this past year. So not poppycock, though. Well, maybe a little bit. Alrighty then. Patrick, Ronnie, Mark, and also you, our friends and family that also happen to be our listeners. Go get your good morning this week. May God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, Lucas, when you were like, if you guys want to go the extra mile, go grab your phone and order us a pizza.
Oh, yeah. Missed opportunity.